Hey guys, welcome to the Car History Check Guides. Buying a used car without a proper history check can cost you thousands. Hidden finance, write-offs, clocked mileage, or even stolen vehicles. It's a nightmare you want to avoid. Today I'm going through the top 10 car history check sites available in the UK right now. I'll show you exactly what each one gives, how much they cost, the pros, the cons, and which ones are actually worth your money. We're starting off at number 10 with the most basic option and counting all the way down to my number 1 recommendation. Stick with me till the end because I'll also give you clear advice on which one you should pick depending on your budget and the type of car you're looking at. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on the bell notification. We're dropping practical guides like this every week to help you buy smarter. Alright, let's kick things off with number 10. Okay, starting at number 10 is the completely free gov.uk MOT history check. You just type in the registration number and it pulls official MOT data, mileage history, any advisories, that sort of thing. It's really useful for a quick check to see if the mileage looks consistent over the years. But here's the big limitation. It tells you nothing about finance, theft, write-offs, or accident history. So treat this as a quick first step only. Never rely on it as your full history check. At number 9, we have Motor Check, which costs around £9.99. It covers the main stuff, finance, write-offs, and theft records, and it works well for both UK and Irish registered cars. The data is pretty reliable. The downside, the report feels quite old school and cluttered. You have to spend time digging around to spot the important red flags. It gets the job done, but it's not the easiest to read. Number 8 is My Car Check, starting from around £8.49, and they often have good bundle deals if you're comparing a few cars. The checks are backed by solid insurance industry data, so that's a plus. But again, the report design is pretty dated. It takes longer than it should to figure out exactly what's wrong with the car. At number 7 is Full Car Checks at £9.99. This one is backed by Experian, which gives it some extra credibility, and they offer £30,000 data guarantee on the full report. It covers finance and write-offs, but you have to be careful with the cheaper tiers as they often leave out the really important information like finance. Moving on to number 6 is CarAnalytics, and their checks are around £9.95. Even though they advertise 99p, you usually can't get anything meaningful until you spend around the £10 mark. CarAnalytics actually includes finance, write-off, and theft checks in the main report, which is decent value. The problem is it throws a huge amount of information at you. The serious red flags aren't highlighted clearly, so you really have to read carefully to catch the big issue. Halfway up at number 5, we have Total Car Checks, around £9.99. They get strong customer reviews and often have nice bundle deals. But here's the catch, only their higher gold tiers include the critical finance and write-off checks. If you pick the basic option, you might miss the biggest risks. Number 4 is Car Vertical, which costs around £33.99. It's more expensive because it pulls in European auction data and even shows damage photos from salvage records. If you're looking for an imported car or one with mainland Europe history, this one can be really useful. For a standard UK registered car though, it feels a bit overkill and quite pricey. Number 3 goes to the AA or RAC vehicle history checks, price around £14.99. You're mostly paying for that big trusted brand name here. The data is solid, but the reports aren't the easiest or the quickest to read. Nothing really stands out compared to some of the specialist history check sites. Runner-up at number 2 is the well-known HPI check at £19.99. HPI has been around for years and lots of people trust the name for good reason. They include finance and write-off checks, plus the £30,000 data guarantee. The only real downside is that the reports are quite long, text-heavy, and feel a bit old-fashioned. And taking the top spot at number 1, Carpeep, which is £15. This one really stands out. For £15, you get all the important checks in one go. Finance, write-offs, theft, mileage risks, with no confusing tiers to worry about. What I like most is how clean and modern the report looks. The serious problems are flagged right at the top, so you can spot them in seconds instead of hunting through pages of text. It also comes with a £30,000 data guarantee, same as the bigger names. For most people buying UK cars, this feels like the smartest all-round choice right now. So that's my full rundown of the top 10 car history check sites in the UK. My quick take is, if you're on a tight budget, start with a free Gov.uk MOT check and then go for something like Total Car Check or CarAnalytics. If you're buying an imported car with European history, a site like Car Vertical might be worth extra money for those damaged photos. Or if you want the balance of price, clarity and coverage, I'd personally go with Carpeep as the overall winner for most buyers. The most important thing to remember is always make sure your chosen check includes finance and write-off information. That's where the really expensive problems usually hide. And there we go. That's everything you need to know before you run your next car history check. If you're currently looking at a specific car, drop the make, model, or registration number in the comments and I'll tell you exactly which check I'd run on it. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next guide. We've got plenty more coming on how to actually read these reports and what the real red flags mean. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Drive smart.